once again. Oh, and we've got double waved yellows because that looks to be Gilles Clouet there, pulling the cart off of the circuit, away from the racing lines. So the Belgians' second race has not gone entirely to plan, I would imagine. So Marshall now assisting with pulling the cart off the circuit. So Gilles Clouet will not take the start. You can see the disappointment with his Gilles' head hanging a little bit low there, I'm afraid. But it's down to Bradshaw and Butcher to control the pace at the front of the field. So Bradshaw from Butcher, Leistra from Kovac, Poschik, Henson, Köster, Stemmerdink, Turker and Bergstein. I'm wondering if Turker is actually starting from the pre-grid. We're going to find out very shortly because they go into the tram lines. The revs rise. Are we ready? The lights are out and they are off and racing. There was a break of formation and there is Erhard Turker. He's starting from the pit lane as they go through into turn one for the turn two for the first time. And Bradshaw has got the lead. Butcher's still in second, but he's got Zeno Kovac right up his back bumper and looking towards the inside. Henson and Poschik look to be going side by side, or Kovac is looking to go side by side there. Oh, hang on, that could be somebody else. So that could be the three, as now it's getting rather feisty here. It's getting a bit difficult to see in these low-lying conditions who exactly is where. Henson's going around the outside of Luca Köster through that right-hander, and Köster's got probably more than likely maybe Tobias Poschik behind. As, oh, dramas for Henson. Henson's pulled off to the left-hand side of the circuit. Oh my goodness me, what's happening to him? He's going to have a look. What's happened here? Don't tell me that's another chain. Well, that's something. That's the chain guard. The chain guard for Linus Henson is adrift. Oh my goodness me. This weather is causing problems, but Henson just literally slowed to a crawl. I don't think he's going to take any further part in the race. So there'll be double waved yellows, no overtaking for where Henson's actually pulled off to the left-hand side of the circuit on a live track. So that is going to scupper Henson's plans, but you can see there's a bit more argy-bargy a bit further down the field. The likes of Lucas Hartmann battling away with the likes of Luna Blom and Flint Schuring, and that is for position. Luna Blom looks to be ahead of Flint Schuring for the minute. And Schuring goes up the inside, but then spins it around. Oh, now, who was that who spun around? That was the 316. That was Flint Schuring. Came out of that corner, put the power down. It spun the rear end 180 degrees and pointed the cart the wrong way. So, leading the way at the moment, Callum Bradshaw looking to make it 2 for 2 here today. And Linus Henson is out. That was it. His race done and dusted. So a real shame there for Linus Henson. So effectively, what that means now is that has turned this race up on its head. Gilles Clouet out. Linus Henson, the biggest casualty, out. The 334 from Germany, he was battling at the sharper end of the grid. And for that to happen, that is effectively what Linus Henson did not want, especially on home soil. I can guarantee you that much. So Erhard Turker in 11th, ahead of Christopher Sachs. Flint Schuring has spun himself around and all the way down to 14th place with just over 6.5 minutes remaining. Bradshaw leads by just over 8.5 tenths of a second from Luca Leistra. Zino Kovac in third. Sean Butcher in fourth, Luca Costa in fifth, Tobias Poschek in sixth, Max Stemmerdink, Victor Frostbay, Luna Blum, Ehad Turka rounds out the top 10. So 5 minutes and 50 seconds still to go, plus an additional lap. There is the 3:09. That is Max Stemmerdink, who is battling away with Victor Frostbay in the 3:69. This battle is getting rather heated and hot under the collar because the Dane looking to go up the inside, sends it through, runs. Stemmerdink a little bit wide there, but manages to get the position. They've got to watch themselves because someone that could fast approach will be the pairing of Luna Blum and Ehad Turka. Lystra is closing the gap. He was well over 0.4 of a second quicker than Callum Bradshaw last time around, so things are closing. Bradshaw's already taken a win so far this very day. Lystra, well, I think Lystra took the victory earlier on, but the thing is that and the change has happened. Bradshaw is second now behind Lystra. So Bradshaw's had some dramas. The spray is intensifying once again, so the visibility is going to be at a premium. The rain is coming down again, so the torrential wet weather conditions we had earlier on have resurfaced. You can just see how hard it is now. I did say it was like driving on an ice rink. Again, we've got that situation. So this is going to prove to be rather difficult for everybody out on the track, and especially with who's up next. We've got another senior Rotax heat to close off the morning action. You can see just how difficult it is. Both Lystra and Bradshaw very much tippy-toeing, as is everyone else around this circuit. They'll still put the hammer down when they know that they have the confidence within the setup and also how the tyres are adhering to the circuit. Across the line they go. Callum Bradshaw now 0.7 of a second behind Luka Lystra. Zino Kovac is 4.2 seconds adrift, down in third place from Bradshaw. Sean Butcher rounds out the top four. Luca Costa having a better time in this race. He is currently fifth ahead of Austria's Tobias Poschek. Max Stemmerdink in 7th, Luna Blum in 8th, Lukas Hartmann in 9th, Victor Frostbay has dropped to 10th ahead of Sam Bergstein. Christopher Zaxa is in 12th ahead of Ehad Turka and Flint Schuring. But Luca Lystra is doing his level best. The low-lying mist is coming in again. The visibility, as I said, it's enough with the spray, but then when you add low-lying mist or fog into this kind of situation, the visibility, you're literally driving by the seat of your pants out on those karts. Your backside's millimetres off of the floor. And now across the line comes a few other drivers. Zino Kovac. Sean Butcher now has dropped behind Luka Costa. So Costa taking 4th place as we head on to lap number 8. And Lukas Hartmann looking up the inside of Luna Blum into turn 2. Tries to get the job done, but Luna Blum could get the run coming out of that corner, but not on this particular occasion. Hartmann blocks the door before it even gets opened. 1 minute and 50 still to go. 14 out of the 16 drivers still circulating. Henson out. Gilles Chloé out before the race even got started. And Henson was running in the top 5 before sudden dramas. Then there has been a little bit of a drama. That's Max Stemmerdink, I think. It might have just gone off circuit. And that was into that chicane there. That weather is getting worse. It's not getting any easier. So running in the 104s at the minute are the top two drivers. So Lystra still leading. Tobias Poschek ahead of Max Stemmerdink, who was the one that had that off-track excursion. Lucas Hartmann ahead of Luna Blum, with Victor Frostbay rounding out the top 10. We've got just under 50, well, we've got just about 50 seconds to go on this lap, on this race. And then we'll have another lap on top of that one. So we're on to lap number 9. So we'll hopefully complete 11 laps of racing. But Lystra, again, staying ahead of the competition. And Callum Bradshaw is not going to be too worried about Lystra, because the gap that he's got over a few drivers, including the likes of Sean Butcher, Lachlan Robinson. The person who's got to really watch out, Callum Bradshaw, is for... Now, there's dramas there, and that is Lucas Hartmann. Oh, another German driver that has had dramas here this weekend. There you can see our two leaders. We're now on to the penultimate lap of the race. The time has expired. Luca Lystra looking to make it a race victory here in heat number 3. Groups A and C. Callum Bradshaw will be pretty happy with 2 successive with another top 2 finish. Zino Kovac rounding out the top 3, so we'll have 3 retirements at the end of this race, because unfortunately there are 2 Germans in the casualty list, one of which is Lucas Hartmann, the other one Linus Henson. Unless Hartmann has got that cart going again. Yeah, that was a 1 minute 18.9, so it was a technical drama. But one more corner remains before we go on to the last 1.3, or just over 1.3 kilometres. Luca Lystra leads the way as the rain continues to hammer down the circuit here in eastern Germany. Callum Bradshaw in second place, just over 9/10 of a second adrift. Zino Kovac in third. Luca Köster in fourth. Sean Butcher, P5. But Lystra has made sure he's given a warning shot to some of those drivers close to him in the championship standings at this moment. Lystra is only 17 points away from Kimber, and then a further 16 points, so that's so he's effectively got 33 points distance between himself and Callum Bradshaw. We've got one more race after this one, but Heat 3, Groups A versus C, will go the way of Belgium's Luca Lystra, who crosses the line and takes the checkered ahead of Callum Bradshaw from Great Britain. Just under a second separates the pair after the end of nearly 12 minutes of racing. Kovac in third place, Luca Köster fourth. Sean Butcher rounds out the top 5, but as you can see, the conditions are horrific. And at the moment, air temperature 18 degrees Celsius. It's a north-northwesterly wind, which is around about 13 kilometres an hour. But let's have a look at the results from this one. 2 retirements in the form of Linus Henson and Gilles Clouet, both not making it either towards the end of the first lap. But there's your race winner, Luca Lystra from Belgium. 0.988 seconds ahead of Callum Bradshaw, the current points leader. Zino Kovac in third. Luca Köster and Sean Butcher round out the top 5 ahead of Tobias Poschek, Max Stemmerdink, Victor Frostbay, Luna Blum, Sam Bergstein, Flint Schering, Erhard Turker, Lucas Hartmann and Christopher Saxter, rounding out the 14 that finished the full 11 laps of racing.